Councillors, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the Chair and Vice Chair of Harlow Council.
Good evening, councillors. Before you sit down, I'd like to have a minute's silence for Gary Knott and the 39 Vietnamese that were killed last week. Thank you. Please be seated. Apologies for absence. Yes,
Councillor Phil Waite, Tony Durkin, Bob Edwards, Mike Danvers, Adam Mark, Bob Davis, Mark Wilkinson and Mark Danvers. Thank you.
yes, Councillor.
Further apologies for Nick Churchill and Russell Hayes.
Thank you. Declarations of interest. Are there any? Thank you. Minutes of the previous minutes are on pages 3 to 7. Do you agree?
Agree.
Right. Communications from the chair. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a long one. I've attended the Markhall Summer Fete, the Town Centre Awards, Epping Civic Lunch, Young Journalists from Harlow College, the Costermongers, which I don't know if you know who the Costermongers are, that's the Pearly Kings and Queens in London, Baby Loss, Don't Mow Last Night at the Proms, Rachel's Justice Service, the Harlow Architectural Awards, Braintree Harvest Concert, the ordination of the new vicar at St Stephen's Church, Chelmsford Civic Lunch, attended the Construction Skills Centre opening, Daniel Robinson's, the funeral director's opening their new extension. I went to lunch with Brian to ASL at David Livingstone. The Passmore Award ceremony, the Long Service Awards, launch of the Poppy appeal at the Civic Centre, ICU Steps meeting, Welcome Revolution, Harlow Civic Service, Epping Charity Night, the Sports Award with Eugenie, and last, I met Ross today. He actually found the special poppy stone, and we presented him with a certificate and tickets for the pantomime. I've also got an award for from Heart for Harlow for the after show of the Carnival. Right. Item 5, presentations of award. They were one of the winners of the Harlow Architectural and Design Environment Award for the Oakwood Pond volunteers. public? There are none. Questions from the public? There are two. Mr. Foreman. Would you like to read those out, or are you accepting it as read?
No, I'd like to read it out, please. First one, Lady Shears, Governance. The Department for Communities and Local Government document entitled Progress Report by the Ministerial Working Group on Tackling Inequalities Experienced by Gypsies and Travellers, which was published in April 2012, stated in paragraph 4.11 that training for councillors was available from autumn 2011 through to 2015 to support councillors with their leadership role around traveller site provision. Paragraph 4.10 states the objective, which is as follows, quote, local government group has been running a successful course delivered by councillors for councillors to support them with their leadership role around traveller site provision, including advice on dealing with the controversy that can sometimes accompany planning applications for traveller sites. Councillors have reported that the training helped them to conduct better planned meetings, leading to fair and more effective decision making. Consequently, firstly, I would like to know if any councillors from Harlow District Council complete this training course, and if not, what are the reasons for not doing so? Secondly, paragraph 4.11 states the training will, quote, support councils or groups of councils to find locally acceptable approaches to increasing the number of planned for pitches that gain consent in their area without going through the planning appeal process, end quote. As the training aims to reduce the cost of councils by avoiding the costly process of planning appeals, should both the Section 151 and Chief Finance Officers have exercised their duty of care in ensuring this training was undertaken.
Thank you. You want me to read out the answer, Mr. Foreman?
Please, for the record.
Okay. So none of the councillors attended the training between autumn 2011 and 2015. From 2011 until today, the Development Management Committee has considered 0 applications in relation to traveller site provision. It was therefore considered that there was no significant need for training to be undertaken. If during that period an application had been due to be considered by the committee, appropriate training would have been assessed. Additionally, there is no provision for additional travel pitches in Harlow's emerging local plan for the period to 2033. It is unlikely that any new applications for this use will come before the Development Management Committee in the foreseeable future. If it transpires that an application does come forward and it is felt that committee members need specific training, then this would be organised.
Have you a supplementary question, Mr. Foreman?
Yes, I do. I note that there are no applications in this area, but given last month's Cabinet meeting, there are applications in neighbouring local authorities which councillors in this district seem willing to comment upon, and therefore I would suggest that they require the training to ensure that travellers are allowed to have their culturally appropriate housing through the planning process without having councillors whipping up hostility towards a legitimate application for planning.
Sorry, I'm not quite sure what your question is there, Mr. Foreman.
Are you willing to provide training for councillors in this authority who wish to express an opinion on applications in neighbouring authorities, as was the case at last month's Cabinet meeting?
think the question was answered the first time round. I think it's repeating the same question. So I think if we move on.
Yep, move on. Your second question, Mr. Foreman.
A recent Your Harlow news story, we have him here, highlight the high cost of green waste wheelie bin collections in our district. Given the fact that not all of Harlow's elderly and disabled citizens are able to make use of Essex County Council's recycling depot at Temple Bank, yet partly pay for it through their council tax, would you agree with me, A, that the green waste wheelie bin collection charge is unreasonable, and B, through its application, it's discriminatory towards both the elderly and disabled, thus breaching the council's public sector equality duty under section 149 of the Equality Act 2010, which states in paragraph 1, quote, a public authority must, in the exercise of its functions, have due regard to the need to A, eliminate discrimination, harassment, victimisation and any other conduct that is prohibited by or under this Act, and B, advance equality of opportunity between persons who share a relevant protected characteristic and persons who do not share it. End quote.
Councillor Burton, do you wish to reply?
Yes, thank you, Chair. The principle of collective provision is well established, and most residents probably contribute through the council tax to the provision of services that they do not or are not able to use. In the case of the ECC Civic Conveniences site, a rough calculation would suggest that the cost of operations spread equally over the catchment population would amount to a fraction of a penny per week. The Council's current provision for garden waste collection, as set out on its website, consists of a bookable service for the collection of bagged garden waste, which starts at the cost of 97 pence per bag, and a regular wheelie bin based service that costs £97 per year. The Council is satisfied that charging for these discretionary services, in common with many other authorities, is not in breach of any of its legal duties. The Council offers assisted collections for people who have difficulty in using either collection method. The regular wheelie bin service has proved so popular that we currently have over 1,000 householders subscribing to the scheme, and on average over 3,000 bags per week are booked and collected on the more flexible scheme. The Council's domestic waste collection services are provided under contract. The existing collection options were a right across from the preceding contract. The advent of a replacement contract provides the opportunity to make changes. The existing contract that the Council have entered into with Veolia provides for the replacement of the current service options with a single wheelie bin based service, which is likely to reduce the cost of the service to each household. Thank you, Chair.
Have you a supplementary question, Mr. Foreman? And can you make sure it is a question?
I always do my best on that, Chair. Yes, my supplementary relates to a document I saw on the Council's website dated February 2017. The title of that document was Report Regarding the Procurement of a Contract for Domestic Waste and Recycling, Collection and Allied Services. The question is coming in paragraph 2.2.
I want to know what the question is now, Mr. Foreman.
The question is that paragraph 2.2.3 says, and I quote, I'll take it from the website, Harlow District Council should change the way in which garden waste is collected and move to a wheeled bin subscription service. We estimate that there would be cost improvement of circa £100,000 per annum, and it could be popular amongst some residents who currently pay for a premium service and possibly more generally. Does that suggest that your current arrangements are not as good as you would like, and that there is a cheaper way of providing it? That's the question. Based on your council policies as published on your website, and it may conflict with his answer. Now, what I'd like to know from the portfolio holders, does he agree with me there's a conflict, or could he explain that paragraph, what it means in relation to his answer in his paper?
Well, I don't normally agree with you, Dave, so you'll not be surprised I don't agree with you in this case. But to quote me a document from 2017 in detail and expect me to give you a detailed response is quite ridiculous. You should have sent it in and I would have had a chance to look at it, and then I might have been able to give you a response. What I said in my answer, which is, so I've already answered your question in my first answer, which is that we are currently considering and will carry out consultation on a move towards a complete new wheelie bin service in which the costs, and I don't want to quote figures, although we have got target figures at the moment, but they are likely to be considerably reduced, and the service is likely to be used by many more people. But I'm not going to start answering a question from a document in 2017.
Thank you, Mr. Gordon. Item 8, question from councillors. Councillor Carter?
Thank you. I think we all have it. We'll basically my hopes in the official bed and to state your rights.
Have you got a supplement?
I do indeed. So it looks as though you didn't discuss what the London Borough will be doing with Greenway House, which it owns through a holding company, which, as you're probably aware, is one of the most remote locations from schools, hospitals, and shopping.
You're entirely wrong. I did discuss Greenway House with Enfield. We decided to take a one step at a time approach to this. I think it's good news that we've taken the first step in stopping the outsourcing of London's housing crisis in Harlow, with all the attendant problems and the toxic combination of PDRs and the local housing allowance cap is causing. Yes, I did talk about it.
Right, item 9, motions from councillors, there are none. References from cabinet and committees, there are none. 11, report from officers, review of the polling district and places 2019 on pages 8 to 39. Councillor Harlow?
I move that.
Are you doing this one?
Yeah, I'm moving that, thank you.
And I'll second it,
Councillor Johnson?
Thanks, Chair. I have an amendment to the polling districts for places 2019, which is around the table, and I think it's been emailed to all members by the officers. I just want to say a couple of words about this report. Firstly, obviously, welcome on behalf of my old Harlow colleagues the changes to the Newport polling stations, but particularly Church Langley. Church Langley's polling stations, which is the subject of the amendment, have been hotly debated by members of the public in Church Langley. And we've had two sides to a very long-running argument. The first side is the parents of children at Henry Moore School, and indeed the school themselves, who don't want the school to be closed to impact the education of the children in that area. The second is people who want to vote, don't want to go all the way down to the other side of Church Langley, and have pointed out to me things like inset days could be used by the school. I don't think either side is going to move, but I'm being assured that moving the polling station to the community centre, A, can be accommodated, and B, won't detrimentally affect the turnout. All I'm moving tonight is a bit of a safety net so that if it does cause problems or it does affect the turnout, we just automatically revert to the previous circumstances, and then the council would have to work with the school to try and facilitate that if that were an option. So I'm just hoping that members would be willing to accept that as an amendment.
Have you got a seconder?
Seconded.
Thank you. Councillor Johnson?
Thank you, yeah, I accept that.
Now, are you happy to go to a vote on this one?
Yeah.
On the amendment?
No, it's agreed.
Agreed? Right. Item B, appointments to committees, subcommittees and panels to confirm the appointment of Councillor Tony Edwards as Chair of the Scrutiny Committee in place of Councillor Bob Davies. Agreed?
Agreed.
Item 12, minutes of the Cabinet Committee meeting to be noted.
Noted.
Matters of urgent business. The council meeting on the 12th of December will now not be taking place. Okay? Any other business? Therefore, the council meeting is closed.